Hello everyone! As you know, my name is Ana Susilowati. Here I will explain about the female psychopath from the nobility, where the woman named Elizabeth Bathory, who was given the title of the cruelest woman who had killed the most victims in the world. How not? For 25 years, she killed 612 young girls. How can it be so cruel? Before next, I will tell you the purpose of my presentation is to tell the story of the cruelty of Hungarian aristocratic women. And I have divided my presentation into the three main parts. First, to tell Elizabeth Bathory profile, and second, to tell how chronology cruelty of Elizabeth Bathory, and third, present you the facts about the accusation of the truth. So, before she was crowned the cruelest woman in the world, she was born August 7th, 1560 in Hungary. Elizabeth was indeed from a noble family, and her parents are descendants of Hungarian nobility. Her family, including the rich family in Hungary. Even Elizabeth is a cousin of the King of Hungary named Stephen Bathory. Elizabeth's parents turned out to be in a blood relationship that meant Elizabeth from birth already experienced epilepsy. At that time, it was believed that epilepsy could be cured using the blood of people who were not affected by epilepsy to the lips or to the food mix of epileptic sufferers. So that from the beginning, she was given the treatment. From childhood, Elizabeth had been invited by her parents to see the death penalty and had been introduced to the workings of Satanism and magic. She grows like a noble teenager in general, where she gets wealth, education, and extraordinary social position. In 1575, she married with Ferenc Nadasdy, a man of a noble family whose caste was lower than her. In 1578, her husband was appointed as the commander army and the head of the Ottoman War. After 10 years of marriage, they have not been blessed with children because they are busy pursuing careers. In 1585, the first child, named Ana was born and succeeded in giving birth to the next 4 children. Then on 4 January 1604, Nadasdy died of permanent paralysis. Apparently, the cruelty began when her husband went to war, and after having her 5th child, she started narcissistic and likes to look in the mirror for hours, admiring her face. After that, there was one of her servants named Dorothea Dentes with the nickname Dorca, who incited Elizabeth to use the workings of Satanism. That is, to stay young, must use the virgin girl's blood. From there, Elizabeth began to torture the servants of young girls who worked in the castle to be killed and their blood drawn. Until she ran out of servants, she finally looked for ways to create fictitious job openings so that she could attract many victims. During that time, she was assisted by 2 additional servants who made Elizabeth even more ferocious by cutting the victim's blood vessel and hanging them from the bathtub so that their blood dripped into the tub. Because too many victims were buried by being thrown into rivers, gardens, and wherever there was land. Because there was an Elizabeth victim who managed to escape and immediately reported to the authorities, this atrocity was revealed. After giving testimony, the authorities were convinced that this Elizabeth was the one who made the village girls and nobles disappear. In 1610, the search was carried out by Giorgio Turgio, who was her cousin, and after examining the result, found the bodies of the girls in the corner of the castle, and who were still hanging with cut veins, and many girls waiting in line waiting to be killed. Elizabeth is accused of killing 650 young girls, while 3 of servants were beheaded, and she was only locked up in her palace because of her noble status. In 1614, her died in a bronze position. Since then, the name Elizabeth Bathory has been banned in Hungary for centuries, and history records itself as the most cruel killer in the world. Okay, that's the story of the cruelest noblewoman. Very cruel and scary, right? I hope this story can give a good message for you. Thank you.